a very good morning or a good evening to all of you. So, for this week's lesson, we are going to look at the art of writing compare and contrast essay. I believe that most of you know the technique and probably would know what is a compare and contrast essay. But let me just brief you in short what is this all about. So when we talk about compare and contrast essay, we cannot run away from the fact that it is very much close to a Venn diagram. Okay, that is the first fact. And how does compare and contrast essay helps us to look at a particular topic? It provides us a better perspective of a topic because we will be weighing both the similarities and differences for the particular topic in two different approaches. So that is the fact about compare and contrast essay. So, if you want to actually look at your notes for compare and contrast, all right, in your module, if you have already received them, they are in book 74, where you would see that the explanation in book provides you a little bit of an idea in terms of how to start with a compare and contrast essay. So, in this series of lecture, I'm only going to focus on one particular type, which is the point by point method. So speaking of compare and contrast essay, there are two types actually. The first one is called point by point method, which I myself personally feel that it is very much feasible. And the second type of method is called block method, which I will cover on later. All right. So let's look at what is a compare and contrast essay and how do we actually start to write or kickstart our writing in compare and contrast essay. So they follow the basic steps of writing. All right. First thing first, you are supposed to choose your subject which falls under the same ballpark. What do I mean by the same ballpark? It means that it comes from the same field of it comes from the same field or area. For example, I'm going to use the example from your module itself. It will talk about the private school versus government school, So when we look at this topic, all right, government school versus private school, we understand there are two different subjects, okay, but they fall under the same atmosphere, which is education. So that's what I meant by ballpark. Right, so you're supposed to choose your subject, understand what are these subjects, all right, and try to look at them in two different approaches. Okay, second step, you try to brainstorm or lay out the similarities and differences these subjects have. Usually for this step, a Venn diagram will be very useful. I'm sure that you know what is a Venn diagram, but in case if you have forgotten, a Venn diagram is the overlapping circle which you will see, and then you have one part which talks about the differences or the ideas in that particular subject and the differences on the other idea of subject, and then the overlapping part will actually cover the similarities of the subject. All right. That would be your second step. And third step, you try to hone your main arguments based on the most significant ideas. That means you try to look at the similarities and then you try to expand on how to elaborate further on that. And then you also look at what are the differences that you have highlighted and what are the connecting themes between them. For example, in private sector, the connecting theme would be you have to pay certain amount of fee, and in government school it is free. So the connecting theme here is the finance. All right, so that's how you try to look at the main argument and then you start thinking of how do you expand this. All right, and then in step 4 you are supposed to decide which particular strategy or approach are you going to use to write these essays. Do you want to go on with point by point method or block method? So the difference between a point by point method and a block method is described in your book. All right, it's on page, if I'm not mistaken, it's on page 99 of your module. All right, so you will actually see the difference between a point by point method and a block method. So when we talk about point by point method, that means we approach them according to the theme. For example, you have the introduction paragraph, and then in body 1 you talk about probably finance, and then you look at it from the aspect of government school and then aspect of private school. And then the second paragraph of body, you may talk about teaching and learning process, okay, in terms of the government school and the private school. All right, so that is for point by point method. Whereas the block method can be a little bit tricky because you will be discussing them in chunk, right? So which means that you have to be very careful in terms of trying to distinguish between these two subjects. All right, so for block method you still have the introduction part, and then the body one you will focus on government school, you will talk about the similarities, and then you will talk about the differences. And then body 2 you will talk about the private school, the similarities and the differences. And then the third body paragraph, you may have certain opinions about these two subjects where you can emphasize particularly on similarities, and then your conclusion. So that is how you differentiate between um, point by point and block method. And then step 4, you try to come up with an outline. As I said, it's the cliche step of writing an essay. You still have the introduction, you still have the body, and you still have a conclusion. All right, and finally, all right, I'm sure in your explanation or in your essay, you may have certain assertions. That means your opinions, which means that you have to support them with proper justification and evidence, all right, to solidify what you have stated. Okay, and one particular tool of language that would be very useful for us when we are dealing with our compare and contrast essay would be the usage of connectors. All right, when we want to talk about ideas that are similar, all right, we will use connectors that are meant for explanation of similar. All right, for example, we can use words like besides, as well as compared to, correspondingly, in addition, similarly, same as, all right, just as, likewise. All right, these are just some. For example, both the the government school's main aim is to educate students. Likewise, the private school shares the same objective as well. So this is the way on how you can use these connectors to talk about similarity. All right, and then differences. Okay, I'm pretty sure that you are going to discuss a lot of differences when it comes to a compare and contrast essay, because that is the main goal of a compare and contrast essay. You want to look at the differences and then try to try to provide an option for the reader to look at the particular subject in two different approaches, and you want them to decide on their take. You don't decide for them. This is not an argumentative essay. Remember, this is a compare and contrast essay. An argumentative essay is slightly different. We will cover that in the following weeks. Because argumentative essay, you need to provide your own opinion. But for compare and contrast, your role is just to compare, and then you just talk about the differences and similarities of these two subjects, and you leave it to the reader to decide on that. Okay, so let's see, if you want to talk about differences, you can use connectors like meanwhile, although, however, conversely, unlike, on the contrary, on the other hand, or in contrast. For example, the fee in government school is extremely cheap. On the other hand, the private schools charge you an exorbitant amount of fee for the facility and so forth. All right, so that's how you deal with the differences. So the good thing about the connectors of differences is that it will help you to expand your ideas further. All right. Okay, these are just not the only connectors that you can use to describe differences. There are plenty more, but I'm just letting you know what are the commonly used ones, okay? So we can use words like even, however, all right? The government school, all right, the private school has a top-notch facility provided for students. However, the government school may lack in certain facility due to the number of students and due to the fund allocated to the school itself. Okay, that's another example. All right, so these are some. All right, so connectors play a very crucial role when we are writing our compare and contrast essay. So you cannot run away from the understanding of these connectors and how do we use them in our sentences. Okay, let's look at the structure of point by point method. All right, of course, I'm sure you guys are going to have your amazing ideas and cool ideas, but how do we pen this out according to the format and to make sure that the person is going to read our piece of work, understand what we are writing? So first thing, all right, I'm going to show you the example from your book itself. All right, you would realize that you would see these on page 74. All right, so we're looking at the government school and private school. So this is called as a Venn diagram. Okay, you have the differences here. All right, then here you talk about the similarities. All right, okay, you can go through this further. All right, let's say the first thing, as I said, we are looking at finance. You see, cheap, it's expensive. So the main theme that you can actually talk about in probably the first body paragraph would be finance. All right, okay. So what's the outline or the structure of a point by point method? You still have the introductory paragraph. You have to briefly describe about the topic in general, and then you have a little bit of TC statement. You must have a TC statement. A TC statement would be like this one sentence where you talk about all the ideas that you're going to talk in your essay. For example, the financial status, the teaching and learning process, and the facility of the school. This could be the ideas that you're going to discuss in each paragraph. So you have to include that in your introduction paragraph. I'm sorry, I have to speed up my lecture a bit because the recording is about to stop. All right, so body paragraph. Okay, so in each body paragraph, you try to focus on one idea, that means the theme, and then you expand it further, all right, to government and private school. For example, let's look at the first one. The first idea that you could be talking about in your body paragraph could be financial. All right, that means the finance status. So for government school, it's cheap. On the other hand, private schools, you have to pay, all right, certain amount of fee. So the same goes to the following paragraph where you talk about teaching and learning process, and then you focus on how it is different from government and private school. All right, so if you have three ideas, you break them down. That means three themes, you break them down into three paragraphs. So usually the structure for a compare and contrast essay, you have the introduction paragraph, three body paragraph minimum, and then one conclusion. So for conclusion, it's very simple. You just summarize the main arguments that you have explained in your essay, and then you provide a little bit of suggestion or prediction. Okay, maybe probably you feel that in the future, with the economic level rising, okay, you might probably see many parents enrolling their kids into private school, okay, because of the facilities available and so forth. So that could be a prediction, all right, or suggestion. Maybe you want to talk about looking at the number of growing enrollment in private school. I think the government should think about strategies to attract these parents to enroll them in government school and so forth. All right, okay, so we're done with that part of lecture. So I really hope you understand. If you don't, then you can always just drop me a question in the Telegram group so that I can assist you. Okay, all right, so you have two tasks to do here. The first one is you have to complete a Jamboard. So this is only applicable for these two groups. The rest of the group, I'm going to put up the link for you separately in the Google Classroom, okay? So you are supposed to complete a Venn diagram, okay, about studying locally and studying abroad, okay, versus studying abroad, okay? You can work in team or you can work individually, it doesn't matter, but I want to see how you brainstorm your ideas together. That's the first task. And the second task is on page 82 of your book, all right? You can take a screenshot if you want to, all right? I'll give you a few seconds. You are supposed to write an essay about 350 words using the point-by-point method, and you will submit this through Google Classroom. I would prefer you to use Google Document because that would be much more easier for me to mark through. All right, so these are the two tasks that you're supposed to complete for the week. All right, so if there are further questions, you can always just drop them in Telegram group. I believe that I was pretty fast, but we would have a little bit of discussion in our group pertaining to this. Yeah, all right, so thank you very much. I'll see you again next week.